Hello and welcome to the show. My name is John, and this month, the month of March, I'm going to be making videos all about comparisons. I'm going to compare one product to another. Now, without any more wasting time, let's start today's video because we're checking out the Google Home and the Amazon Echo. So hello guys, and how are you all doing? My name is John, and today I'm checking out the Google Home and the Amazon Echo. Now, smart speakers have been around for quite a while, and definitely we've seen some pretty big advances. Now, the most common ones though these days, and no one can really argue about that, are the Google Home, the Amazon Echo, and the newly released HomePod. Now, if you're not feeling like spending the money that Apple charges for the HomePod, or you don't feel like this is the kind of fit for your house, then probably you're going to be turning your attention to the Google Home and the Amazon Echo. And well, I'm here today to help you and give you a neutral video and comparing both of them so you can see which is the best for you. Let's begin by comparing the looks and feels of the devices. Now, if the design is the only way for you to choose, well, basically the Google Home is much smaller than the Amazon Echo, and that means that it will actually fit in every situation and every space with absolutely no problem. On top of that, it even has an interchangeable bottom speaker grill, which can be really cool and add some, different look onto your countertop, and it will eventually match just the way you want. And on top of that, it even looks like an air freshener, so you have no problem with that. The Amazon Echo, on the other hand, goes for a much more industrial design, being like two cans of Coke stacked together. It has a shamelessly big, like really in-your-face speaker grill, and well, its overall pretty simple, which is again good because given that it comes in black or white, it will actually be able to blend in with your setup or living room or kitchen, or whatever the case might be, quite easily as well. Now, on the top of the two devices, you will find the way they reply and interact with you visually. Now, this is all really different on the two devices. The Google Home on the one hand has some dots which are RGB, so it can take various colors and also do various animations in the Google colors, so you can tell it's actually replying, thinking, or whatever the case might be. Whereas the Amazon Echo has a blue LED ring, which I've realized that when you turn it into the call function of the device, it actually turns green. It's overall at the most of the time, the vast majority of the time, you will find it being blue, so whether it's replying to you, thinking, or even activated, you will understand this by the blue LED ring at the top. Now, onto the entire Google Home, you will find only one physical button, and this is at the back of the device, and it's to mute the microphone if you don't want Google to hear you and actually, in a way, be ready to be activated by talking to it. Everything else on the device can be controlled by the flat surface at the top, which is actually capacitive touch sensitive, which means that you can just tap and hold it, and even, control volume and things all from the top of the device. For my opinion, it's actually much more modern than the Amazon Echo, which actually has a volume ring, which is actually a hardware volume ring, and also two more buttons at the top to mute the microphones and also activate the device if you don't want to summon it by saying the command word. For me, on the looks and feels department, it will have to go to the Google Home simply because it looks simple and nice, and also it's a bit more touch intuitive, meaning more modern, which is really what made me keep it onto my room. But that doesn't mean that the Amazon Echo won't blend in your space with, absolutely no problem. Getting into the basics of the two devices, the Google Home can be activated by saying "Hey" or "Okay, Google," whereas the Amazon Echo can be activated by default when saying "Alexa." Now, this can be configured to actually wake it up by either saying "Computer" or "Echo" through the application onto your phone, but that's really something that you wouldn't really find yourself doing, at least for my case, because the Amazon Echo is actually marketed as Alexa, your virtual voice assistant, which is exactly why you have to say "Alexa" to wake it up. I can't really though think what a hassle would be if there was an Alexa at the house, either a pet or a human being. Now, of course, both can be trained onto your own voice, so they can actually give you personalized replies based on who's talking, meaning that the Google Home can, if you say what's the weather like or what's my calendar, it can have multiple Google accounts, so which means that it will see a different calendar for each person. Not something I've personally tried, but it's there and it's actually good to have it. The only feature that I will actually give onto the Google Home right instead of the Amazon Echo is the fact that Google Home is a bit more conversational. You're gonna see that in the future as I actually showcase a few questions, and you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. But you can actually continue a conversation with the Google Home, contrary to the Amazon Echo, which you have to ask a question all over it again as soon as you actually ask your previous one. This doesn't really make sense, but once I get into the questions you will really understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, well, let's just go ahead, and I've put together a few questions which I asked both the assistants so you can see how they reply and what is their response.
Alexa, what is the weather like in London?
In London there's a flood alert in effect. The current weather is 7 degrees Celsius with cloudy skies.
Alexa, how tall is Mount Everest?
Mount Everest's height is 29,029 feet, 8,848 meters.
Alexa, what about the Eiffel Tower?
The Eiffel Tower is a wrought iron lattice tower on the Champs de Mars.
What is 20 times 55 minus 9?
20 times 55 minus 9 is 1,091.
How many inches in 60 centimeters?
60 centimeters is 23.62 inches.
What is good morning in Greek?
I have a skill for that. Let's try it. Welcome to Translated Skill. If you need instructions on...
Hey Google, what's the weather like in London?
Currently in London it's 7 degrees Celsius and cloudy. Tonight, it's predicted to be 5 and partly cloudy.
Okay Google, how tall is Mount Everest?
Mount Everest is 8,848 meters tall.
Okay Google, what about the Eiffel Tower?
300 meters, 324 meters to tip.
Okay Google, what's 20 times 55 minus 5?
The answer is 1,095.
Hey Google, how many inches in 60 centimeters?
60 centimeters equals 23.622 inches.
Hey Google, what's good morning in Greek?
Kalimera.
So yeah, as you can tell, both devices do have the strengths and weaknesses. You can see that in most questions both of them replied pretty accurately, with the Google Home being a bit more conversational, as I said, but overall I would say that both of them are really good. Sound quality wise, you heard on the sample as well, but I would say that the Google Home, even though for its size it can get pretty loud and has quite a bit of bass, but obviously bass is considerably better onto the Amazon Echo, considering it has a massive speaker. But the bottom line would be that both of them have their strengths and weaknesses. You see, the Google Home is actually really good because it has some great conversational features. It can actually integrate with other Google devices like a Chromecast audio, or a device with Chromecast built in, meaning that you can actually command it to send something like a YouTube video onto your TV and it will automatically do it. And the Amazon Echo obviously boasts to have the Skill Store, a massive platform that Amazon has put together where developers can actually create apps for the Amazon Echo, which is really good and it's always evolving. Smart home wise, well, the Google Home does lack a bit considering that it doesn't have that many skills, but the basics like Google Home, Philips Hue and things like that are both gonna be on either device. But overall, I would say that for my personal case, I believe that both of them are really good, and it really comes down to the features and deep what you need to do. If you have a Chromecast audio or something like that and you do want to use it with your personal assistant, then definitely the Google Home is the way to go. But if there's something like that does not exist in your house, then maybe the Amazon Echo would be a good option as well. Overall though, I would say that one annoying thing is that it's basically right now coming down to what of the two you can actually get your hands on. You see, I've got both of them from outside Greece, considering that Amazon nor Google will ship either device over here. If you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. If you loved it, be sure to subscribe, and either way, check out my previous video because I upload twice with pretty interesting videos. But other than that, guys, my name has been John and I'll see you again in the next video. Goodbye.